which is the basis of our conversation this afternoon. I'll be speaking to Jasmine from Netherlands and Steve Elias, of course, from World Freestyle Football. And before we get into that conversation, I want us first to take a look at some highlights from their past. And we want to get into that conversation. It's all about freestyle football. The finals will be held in Nairobi on Saturday. Jasmine from Netherlands and Steve Elias. Welcome to KTN News and Inside Sports. How are you doing, Steve?
I'm excellent. Thank you so much for having us.
Yes, first of all, tell us about these finals that are going down on Saturday in Nairobi.
Well, it's pretty exciting. We have 16 of the world's best females and 16 of the world's best males here in Nairobi, Kenya, to compete for the World Freestyle Football Championships. We're going to crown a female world champ and a male world champ. And you got the best freestylers right here today in Nairobi, which is pretty awesome.
In Nairobi, what does this mean for East Africa?
Well, for me, it's actually means a lot, and I'll tell you why. We haven't really done so much in Africa or East Africa.
Yes.
So this is a really good opportunity for us to plant the freestyle seed, if you will, in East Africa. And we feel, and WFFA and myself feel, that there's a lot of potential and maybe undiscovered talent in East Africa, and we think bringing freestyle football in the World Championships here is going to help maybe discover some of that talent for the future.
You know, getting into these finals, there was a series of, you had the Pulse series. What was all that all about?
So Pulse Series was a qualifying series. So it's kind of like a continentals. So we did a qualifier in each continent, and basically athletes would go and compete and try and win the competition. And depending on the continent, there was a certain amount of spaces that were allocated. And then if you place, like, for example, Yasmin, she was top 3 in Europe, so she qualified to come to the world final. And we did that in South America, Asia, Europe, Africa, of course, we did the online, and North America.
Jasmine, I mean, when did your love for freestyle football begin?
In 2014, so like 9 years ago. I used to play football all the time, but when I discovered this, I went to a workshop and I was like, this is what I wanted. I want to learn tricks, and it's so fun because you keep learning. There are like so many tricks you can do, and yeah, the ultimate goal is like to be world champion eventually. And there are so many tournaments happening, and yeah, it's just so motivating to see everyone train. And yeah, I just never want to stop.
Yes, 9 years. How has the journey been?
It's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, every year there are tournaments happening, which keeps me motivated. And now I've been 6 times Dutch champion, and last year I got vice world champion. So yeah, the ultimate goal is to become world champion eventually. So yeah, it's been amazing.
Yes. Now you're in Nairobi for the World Championship. Do you feel the pressure?
Yeah, of course I do. Yeah. Yeah, it's always tough. Like, I belong to the for the past like 6 years to the top 8, so I want to like be in the top 8 and beat the best. And the top 4 is actually also really close. Sometimes you win from the world champions, sometimes you lose. So yeah, there's always pressure.
There's always pressure, and of course you'll be taking on the defending champions. There's some that I think they will be. They're already in Nairobi. Yes. What should we look forward from you, Yasmin?
For me, well, I'm kind of all around, so I think nobody has like a style that I have from the girls. I like to do like acrobatic tricks, like standing on my hands with the ball, and I try to be as unique as possible, and hopefully I win.
Yes, I want to hear from you, and basically here in Kenya, more girls are not into freestyle football. Probably from where you come from, you know, the opportunities are there. What is your message to women who will like to get into freestyle football?
Just get involved. Just don't be afraid to reach out and send a message to like all the female freestylers here. We are more than like happy to help you with tricks or give you like advice. And that's how it started for me. Like people introduced me to the sport and kept in contact, and yeah, it keeps me motivated. So once you have someone to talk to and get advice from, just keep training, and eventually maybe you're at the World Champions someday.
Steve, somebody watching at home right now will want to know the difference between freestyle football and the normal type of football, because most people don't see the need, probably there are those who don't see the need to get into freestyle football.
Right. So myself, I played football all my life.
Yes.
And a big part of the game, football, is controlling the ball. So whether you're juggling, you have good control.
Yes.
A big part of freestyle football is manipulating the ball and having control of the ball.
Yes.
So I think the difference really is it's 11 aside. There's, 2 goals you're trying to score.
Yes.
With freestyle football, it's about you expressing yourself with the ball, using your imagination, being creative, and having control and coming up with great tricks. So it's really challenging the individual. But I'll tell you what, if you start freestyling and you develop those skills, you'll be impressed, and you'll be surprised as well as how your skills and touch improves. So then when you do go back on the pitch, if you continue to play,
yes,
you're going to have a lot better control. Now, but freestyle football, of course, on its own is a separate sport, but it has association to the game because we're using a football.
Yes, and what can you say about the growth of the game worldwide? You say that, in Africa, you've not seen there's not been a steady rise of freestyle football in Africa, but now generally in the world, what can you say about the growth of freestyle football?
Oh, well, I've been doing freestyle football for 35 years, so it's when I first started, it was nothing, it didn't exist, and where it's at now is on a totally different level. From a digital perspective, it's blown up on all social media. From a developmental perspective, there's a lot more youth, engaging the youth and getting them involved in the sport and developing their skills. But it's not only developing your skills with controlling the ball, it also develops you as an individual, builds your confidence and things like that. So it is an outlet for the youth to really develop themselves in so many ways.
Yes. I also saw that you've partnered with Juventus.
Yes.
Juventus FC.
Yes.
If you can tell us about that.
Yeah. So Juventus is our media partner for the event, and we have 4 categories that we have an individual from Juventus that'll be looking at those categories and then judging some of the players, and they can win that category to then attend a competition with Juventus later on in the year. So and Juventus is really taking the lead on getting involved with freestyle because they do see that it has a lot of potential and a lot of, I guess, benefits in relation to the game. So they're engaging, and they want to engage their community as well, and it's a great way to get everyone involved.
Finally, your message to the fans out there: what should they expect on Saturday?
Oh, let me tell you, you definitely want to come there Saturday. If you love football, when you watch what these athletes do with the ball, you are going to be blown away. They literally manipulate the ball. And for someone like me, doing it a long time, I still watch and I'm like, what is going on? How are they even thinking and doing these tricks and landing them? So it is mind-blowing. You got to be there live to check it out.
You have to be there live. And just give you a snippet of what to expect, we have Yasmin in studio. Yasmin, one more time, please, if we can see.
Oh, like tricks?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Oops, sorry.
There you go.
Sorry about that. Yes, Yasmin will be, of course, hoping to win at the World Championships on Saturday in the World Freestyle Football Championships that will be taking place at the Bomas of Kenya here in Nairobi from 10 a.m. We are looking forward to that. And of course, we'll be waiting to hear from Elias on, how the competition has been after the completion of the championship on Saturday. Thank you very much, Yasmin and Steve Elias, for giving us insights on what to expect on Saturday. So,
thank you.
Let's now